Frick it. Okay, so long time no see, but you never saw me though, cause this is just a repeat from April of last year. 9 months later, still just this person not moving ahead. Stuck with limiting beliefs and such, and so forth, and yada yada yada. Questioning what is good and the root. Like it's good to serve, but doesn't make you bad if you're not being useful to someone when you're not doing bad, kind of thing. I can repeat that again. Actually, I should rewind. I mean, so you're not just good just because you do for someone, or you're just like if you're in a class, it doesn't just make you good if you're just silent, not disturbing the teacher. But then in that same quiet you end up not really pushing. You just be the boy in the corner, not really trying anymore. Not really, you're not gonna give. You hold, you hold the energy. Never share it. Well, that relates to me now. Obesity, maybe. Love, I just figured it out in like 4 seconds. Whoa, withholding energy, man. Obviously, you gotta burn it, but maybe how the way you think keeps you in that place. I think for me, I was with my cousin the other day. They left some snacks. They forgot to eat it, and I saw the difference. They bought stuff that was more quality, while I go for quantity. Just getting just getting a chocolate and a crisp. They spent like £7. If I got those two things, I wouldn't get those same brands that they got. Because obviously they got Takis and like Lindor, but I would just get biscuits normally, like cookies, and the crisps. I would spend if half that. And then I like value, so for a long time, which has been a good 15 years, just get energy drinks every day, and not a Red Bull, because that would be expensive. But I found like the cheaper alternative to get more bang for your buck. But then you just end up with the tolerance build up at a much higher scale. That one can a day, if I did that, would have only been say 80 milligrams a day. But I got it to 2 liters a day, so 600 milligrams of caffeine, as well as all that bloody sugar every single day. And then you think of bloody anxiety and stuff, but you're in that state constantly and you don't really think about it. It's escapism. There's that joy of just being out of control. I guess I always loved that side, like an untamed, like freedom, I guess, really. And how the smarter you get, the more awareness brings you down more. You end up being the one that holds you down for what you see as maybe the right reasons to not to not cause chaos or disruption. You just end up being there. Okay, so I just watched a video about rewiring your brain, and it did remind me of things like neural pathways and just going in that same path every time you go in that lane and you walk it, you tread further down the path becomes more ingrained as your ways, and you can change. You can go at any time. You can teach a dog, old dog, new tricks, especially because we can reverse it. BDNF, something I've known about for like a decade at least. Just more, neurogenesis. I can't remember if BDNF is the process or the or just what it's called. I don't know. But okay, I don't want to be where I'm at anymore. I do feel stuck at times, but I know I can get myself out. There is that part that you'll bring yourself down first, but then your own inner critic, you wouldn't talk to someone else like that. That wouldn't be nice. But then you would do it to yourself. So you destroy, you bring yourself down before anyone else can. You don't even give them the chance, which is also probably a weird power play. Weird in the sense that you're defeating yourself, but you're not giving power to someone else to do it to you. You still hold the power. Even in self-destruction, you would offer, which is kind of poetic, I guess. But I don't know. Um, I use metaphors at times, but then sometimes I feel that I don't really pick up others. So it is all just from your point of view. It's a way sometimes to make it harder to figure out what you're trying to say to the audience. But yeah, it's just a couple minutes in and I just already don't feel like talking. That game, this game, bro, it's funny though. Okay, so it's halfway through the first month of this new year, which already is just time as it is. There's nothing new about it. I've been bedridden for the past 2 weeks, and it's my issue from months prior. I'm currently on government like benefits. First time I've done it, and I did I did start it the end of 2024, like December. So here I am, a year and some change in that way, almost like institutionalized to its ways. I'm in a accommodation that's for like people that have been in temporary. So the place that I'm at in London, it's like people that have been kicked out, homeless and like madman and probably people from jail and stuff like that. I've been in this place for 11 months. When I first got here, it was nice. I mean, it's still nice now, but the situation, I was like, wow, I can be here for like 2, 3 months, sort myself out, psh, be gone. But then here I am now. Time has stretched. I think part of it is that belief, though. Like when you have something to look forward to. February last year, I got onto a course for working on the rail, just a track worker. But then I waited about 2 months. It took 2 months to do the course, so February to like April. Then I had to wait about 2 months to get the ID. Then then I started calling places up, including like agencies basically for work. But the course that I did had like an agency connected to it, so it was like you finish the course, you should get a job with that same place. But then when I started calling around, suddenly we don't need the beginners. We don't need any more of that experience. So, okay. Uh, driving license. I ain't got a driving license, so that work is done by nights normally. I thought we were told all this stuff at the beginning. Like there's literally gangs that you can be a part of, like where they'll go to a pickup point, you meet them there, and then they'll be in the van, and then they'll drive you to work and to site as well, because with the rail tracks, it could be that you're you meet at a station, say, but then you have to walk like a mile or two for access. Then a little bit after, I decided to go for a course in as an electrician. I was waiting so long, man. I think I expressed interest like in around that same time when I got the pass, because I didn't want to give up. And yeah, so I waited and waited again, because this place you can only make so much before you have to pay rent, and then the rent is crazy. It's like 1,700 a month, when because it does have support services. Um, but yeah, I'll make the point again. What was it? So yeah, waiting for the so a lot of waiting. Finally get the ID to start my work. Call around. Ah, driving license. Ah, no beginners. Then around that time, I go for the electrician course. But then obviously you have to wait from like May, June for the September start. So when I finally got to the September start, I've been waiting so long. I was using a lot of AI for a bit as well, because I had like business ideas and just general ideas. Like you just go with it because it's like an encyclopedia of everything, really. So try to figure some stuff out. And yeah, around that time, it was starting to tell me that I had like manic signs. But then when I looked into it more, it made sense that the way I say things, even, it sounds manic. Just the way I look at things. But yeah, so September times, I was waiting, and then I just stopped caring a bit again. Just maybe seasonal affective disorder, even. Like, I don't get enough sun, stayed inside a lot, and then suddenly it just gets cold, and then it drains you. But here I am now in January. I missed so many classes. I went there in like November, maybe. I was already kicked off. That's my issue. And I didn't really care, to be honest. I think sometimes I've been lying most. Like, you want to have an impressive sounding job, not for you, but for everyone else. When, if you don't really care, then it's like, what are you going to do with it? You just go to your work, and then with that money, probably just spend it on escapism. And sometimes I think a lot about where I'm going to be in 10, 20 years. Like, how do you live? How do you just live in the present when you know like everything that's coming, even though you know nothing of the future really, but just where it's going, just to that point where, would you ever own a home? Would you ever just do the things that you want to do? It's just, especially if you don't have much faith in much, because you do have to count on yourself. You're the one that has to do the work. But anyway, I want this to be like a journal of something new, a new beginning, because we have all the time in the world. We're here forever until it's never, till you just expire, end up in the soil. Some of you goes back into the world, that same energy. I wouldn't say I'm very misunderstood. I think I'm easily understood. Sometimes I just want to be silent. Not that I wanted to originally, but it's just one of those learned things. Like, you learn to like the rain, because you don't like it when you're younger, but then you learn to like it. It's just, well, it's part of reality. Talking and I guess being extroverted is fun, but then when you become too watched, like, other people don't want to see others too happy, so to make you feel bad for feeling good. The way I look at it is like, if I had the dream car and I'm driving it, the people around me might not be happy for me from jealousy, but then also my intention is just like, wow, I have this car. This is so cool. Not, ha, I've got this car and they don't. Not like that. Maybe as a child, but as an adult, it's just not everyone can get everything. And if you do have something, not that I would always be so grateful, but it's not something that I'd I'd want other people to feel bad about. And then also, all this stuff, it's just material anyway. I had nice clothes and stuff. I haven't really bought much this year, I'd say, but like, young adult times, having really nice trainers. I don't really care, even though I like it. I don't put it above me. It's just a pair of shoes, and I'll wear it down. I'll get my value out of it. I had these Jordans that I wore for like a year and a half nearly, every single day, every weather, whatever the weather. I remember walking in ice, walking in snow, walking in the sun, and they were sixes, so they had these like the holes in them for like breathability. So in the summer, I can remember my feet sweating like crazy, like they're heavy shoes, and then in the winter, just feeling the cold going through the holes. But yeah, I do go off topic a lot, and even within the first few minutes, I started yawning when I was talking. So this is an active, even though it's just talking, it's talking and thinking. So even though the energy is not exactly like running or something, there is an energy usage when you do actually have to think. Because I've been here for a long time, and the past few weeks again, I'm just watching myself almost watch, where I just watch the same shit and I don't even care. It's just filling the air. It's just a pastime. That's a crime against self, really. Like holding yourself in a place. I'm in a room where I spend maybe 20 hours a day at least. I went outside once today for like a 10-15 minute walk. It was raining, it was dark already. Oh, I went also to the food bank actually, to be fair. And there is that bit of shame, like, what the fuck are you doing to yourself, man? I guess that's the good side of kids being so, like, they'll diss you if you're fucking up. Because who wants to be like that later down the line? But yeah, the next thing I think I can go for really is plastering. Because at least it has a basis in creativity. Venetian plastering is something I'd really like to try because I like the look. You could bring your own creativity. You'd still be going via rules of someone else, but you can make it your own instead of getting in line to be judged the same way as everyone. You don't want to just become effective in someone else's game. You want your own game. Yeah. I think I am a bit all over the place, so past few days I haven't had much energy drink, which is good. I've been sleeping quite a lot, like at least half the day. I'll fall asleep again in the early evening, and then wake up again in the early hours, stay up for a few hours, fall asleep again. That has never been my ways before, but it's becoming that. Yeah. Well, good thing anyway. I've I've got in contact with the doctor. Back in September, I called them before I just felt down again, and then because I've just been nocturnal these past few months, like crazy nocturnal. I missed every appointment. Well, the doctors gave me one appointment, and I missed it. They gave me like an afternoon one, which I asked for. Then they changed it to a morning, and then I missed it. I could have called again anyway, but I was just used to waking up sometimes, like 4, 5 in the evening, and then just staying up all night again. Yeah, that's something that they talked to me about as well. How that's kind of like forced isolation. Like you can think of it like if I stay up only at night time, I don't have to deal with anyone. So yeah, back to life, back to reality. Ignorance is bliss, but it's not at the same time. But then, if you're so ignorant that you don't even know what you don't know, you don't know that you don't know. So yeah, I think I'm all talked out really, because this could easily go on another 30, 40 minutes, 8 hours, because there's no real structure. It's easy to go in circles. But yeah, this will be number one. It's the 15th, just turned 16th of January, just past the halfway point of the first month already. 50 weeks left. Something I want is appreciate the present, know that you can't control the future, and leave the past where it is. Okay, me done.